My name is Pastor Bryon, and I came to Mount Vernon about 3 years ago from pastoring over at North Cascade Church here in Skagit Valley. 3 years ago, the conference approached me about doing revitalization here at Mount Vernon, Seventh Adventist Church. The conference was looking around and found 3 churches within the Washington Conference that they felt they wanted to do a pilot project called revitalization. And so they presented that to myself, and we agreed to come over here and get it started with some coaching from Tyler Long, from some others. Bill McClendon came and met with us. Ernesto came and met with us as well to talk about video streaming, etc. We were able to put a team in place to do some revitalization. At Mount Vernon, we only had about 25 people coming, didn't have many children. In fact, we had about 5 children, and 3 of those were moving away, which left us with 2 kiddos, and our Sabbath school rooms had turned into storage units. So we began to pray as a team, what was God calling us to do? We really felt that God was calling us to love God supremely, love others, and make His church, His building, a safe place for families and children. We really felt that God was calling us to move into the direction of family ministry. We met with the conference. They felt they wanted to help partner with that to make it happen. So we did a pilot project. We got started with children's ministries, along with focusing on deep, meaningful worship, doing some structural remodeling within the church to make it a more receptive location, and doing some outreach in the community. So we're just praising the Lord for those opportunities. God just took our children's program and kind of just developed that into the bread and butter of what we do here at Mount Vernon Seventh Adventist Church. We just began to pray that God would bring us someone else. We felt convicted to do that, and an individual had made a significant donation to make that a reality. God led us to Amy Hafner. She has served here with us. We now have 4 Sabbath school programs. We had 90 people here for our last VBS Sabbath. Sometimes our stage is full of more kids than parents in the audience, and we're involved in Pathfinders and Adventure Club and those kinds of things. So we praise the Lord for that.
My name is Amy Hafner, and 6 years ago I was baptized at the North Cascade Church by Pastor Ofalongi. Before I was baptized, I had lost almost everything that was dear to me, including my oldest son, to drugs and alcohol. When I was asked to join children's ministry at the Mount Vernon Church, I felt very inadequate. I didn't grow up in the church. I am just a broken person learning every day, and so I thought, why me? I take a different approach. I feel like I'm better at friendships than I am at children's ministry, but it's grown organically by families coming together and loving each other, and we're just creating our own family here. The teens are learning and growing and helping in the other classes, and families are starting to join our church, and it's growing. I would tell anyone that bringing on a children's ministry coordinator is a wonderful thing to do if you want your church to grow. We need young families, and we need someone to nurture not only the kids through programs, but the whole family unit. And I think that's how we can get our churches to grow and thrive.
What we've noticed through a residual from children's ministries is that we've had 5 baptisms this year. 4 of the 5 are directly related in some capacity to our children's ministry program here, and developing relationships, gathering together in small groups, supporting each other as young families with kids, partnering more deeply with the school, being involved in different things that happen over at Skagit Adventist Academy. Some of the next steps is we want to keep stepping into that, beginning to wrestle with youth ministries now, youth and young adult ministries. What does God have in mind for that? And so we can step forward in faith, knowing how He's led in children and family ministries to what He might be planning in youth and young adult. Investing in children's ministries, children and young families, that really needs to become the lifeblood of what we do as a conference. We had a period of time where we had invested in Bible workers, which is really awesome. I was one of those Bible workers. But I think now, as things have changed, we need to really focus on families and kids. So I would encourage any church looking at this video, consider if they need to grow families and kiddos, invest in it.